Hello there. How was your day? Rough? Well, it's done now, so we get to relax, at least for a while. It's been a long time since I played Minecraft without rushing. I got so used to having completed the game, even speedrunning it. The idea of just playing it to wind down like you used to do when you just started hasn't even been an afterthought. There's something special about letting go of efficiency, which is a lot to ask from me. My normal 2 week run is making a huge mod pack full of industrialization or really in depth systems, grabbing terra firma craft and going all in on the tedious, slow progress. But I rarely, if ever, for the last decade, have ever decided to just let go. No peak efficiency, running through wood to stone, blowing straight through iron and sprinting through the nether. Truth is, I wanted to get better at building. Since you end up losing that kid-like wonder over the years, it felt like making detailed and complex builds or really aesthetic builds, all planned and in one go, could maybe give me the satisfaction I felt when making a sandbox in the middle of a beach back when the game had just came out and all you had to worry about were your 10 hearts and learning from scratch. I looked for something to scratch that itch, and to a degree I found success with all of those directions. In the end, I looked for what I know I enjoy. But I also realized I'm way past the point of feeling that wonder again. However much I love this game, and have done so for officially the larger part of my life now, you can't relive it, which is why I've decided to do something else. Obviously, I won't stop enjoying big mod packs, occasionally speedrunning the game, or getting my friends to join a server for 2 weeks and then dropping it. However, instead of chasing the childhood high of enjoyment through the unknown, I can use this game that I love and know deeply and do something new. To me, at least. There's a story about a surgeon named Halstead who noticed his scrub nurse suffering from the harsh disinfectants used in the operating room. Halstead, for the woman he would eventually marry, decided to request custom-made rubber gloves to protect the staff's hands. Only later would their use for preventing the spread of infection be revealed. This story usually comes accompanied with a quote by Sarah Rule. "When I met Anna, I knew. I loved her to the point of invention." Now, my creativity only stretches so far. Clearly, invention is an exaggerated descriptor for making a debatably relaxing Minecraft video with a rant over it. But the story does make me think. Back when I played Minecraft for the first time, I was in a very depressive time in my life, and the game was just one of many ways of escapism I frequented. Nowadays, life changes. It gets easier. The stress of daily life takes a toll, but you find yourself in the things you love. Back then, I needed to find myself in my games, books, and shows, etc. Today, things are different because I can enjoy these things more when I find myself with her. Because sugar is sweeter, the sun is brighter, and everything I love is more. So despite it feeling weird to play in such a different way, I can enjoy it because it reminds me of her. And I know we can enjoy the result of my small effort on this together. It's behind a thin veil that this video is made for her to listen to while she builds her cute house on a mountain surrounded by sakura trees. However, I think everyone can understand the feeling when something or someone can make everything worth it and riveting. In this case, it's playing a silly block game a little differently. Now, I am far from a master of Minecraft when it comes to any component of a video like this. Like many who will have experience with neurodivergency and specifically ADHD, I excel at picking up hobbies on rotation and being just barely practiced enough to not give up permanently. In spite of that, keeping to the spirit of my new attempt at playing Minecraft, I'll keep this video simple and focused. Poorly mixed and edited audio included. Much of this rant is born of the same philosophy. Similar to first make it exist, then make it better, I aim to put words to paper. Sometimes when you're past the point where your anxiety and stress can't keep the wheel steady anymore, when no amount of overthinking can make your work seem ready, it's easy to forget you're allowed to change course. Leaving perfectionism aside is possibly one of the biggest challenges I struggle with on a daily basis. Not striving for perfection with this very video is a fight magnitudes higher than it realistically should be. The dichotomy of knowing the purpose of my words is more important than the implicit quality, but also the fact that every fiber of my being wants every single word to carry its own deep, perplexing meaning. Because what are we if not the worth we bring to the table? What is our value to the world if not for what we make and show to the rest? Or maybe, just maybe, you deserve to take that breath your lungs are waiting for. As you hold them tight, racing to finish that next sentence you write, that table you're filling out before a deadline threatens to tighten around your neck, all before you take your next fill of oxygen. Because who are you to breathe if you haven't met the world's expectations yet? This isn't a grand poem nor a motivational speech. This is the reality I've seen in myself and others. The tiniest glimpse behind the mask, because maybe you felt that grip around your trachea when you realize you're being judged. And there's maybe a world where the night before you could have remembered, I am already enough. This doesn't need to be perfect. My fulfillment is not tied to what others think of me. Now, I'm not knocking on wanting your work to be perfect, mind you. I know the joy of feeling proud and satisfied when what I create, write, or do is high quality and clean. I won't fault anyone for striving for it. But as my own burnout looms over my sessions of hyperfocus on whatever hobby I am sinking into this month, I ponder how much of myself I can actually pour into what I do before I'm left empty-handed. This is a gentle reminder for myself, and if I can but send it on a warm breeze that might reach her when she needs it, I would be satisfied. If one day, though, you're left feeling like the walls are closing in and even the things you love are slowly making a pit in your stomach, it might remind you too that you are enough.